my personal favorite was the $25 manual pump. The holy grail for us for her stuffy nose is somewhere to put them down around the house. The options were incredibly overwhelming, and we just keep that thing in the car. But something that became absolutely essential in newborn phase, and we still literally only use this. And hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing super duper well. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my top holy grail essentials when it comes to the newborn phase, looking back as a mom to a now 1-year-old. In a previous video, I reacted to my entire baby registry a year later, and I noticed a handful of expecting moms in the comments. So I thought it might be helpful to separate out the newborn phase products in case that helps to narrow anything down to essentials for parents welcoming their baby in 2025. The number one thing that I'll say at the very start of this video, and it's a theme that you'll see throughout, is that you can start with the super basics or just one of something if you're not sure about it, and then buy as you go once the baby is here. Maybe it was nesting, but I remember feeling like I needed every single item that was in my head or that people recommended for when she came home, and I had that worrying feeling that I just wasn't going to be prepared. When in reality, Target has so much stuff. Amazon ships within 2 days. So we ended up buying things that we still needed after as we got our sea legs as new parents, as we learned more about her and what worked for her, what worked for us. Hopefully that helps any expecting moms out there that share in the I know I forgot something, what is it type of feeling as they're preparing for their baby to get here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like videos such as this down below as I upload every single week, and let's just get into it. I'm categorizing this list into the things that newborns do, which is eat, sleep, poop, and play. They do play a little bit. Play is a subjective word. So let's start with eat. And to kick that off, whether you are planning on breastfeeding, pumping, bottle feeding, formula feeding, or a combo of any or all of the above, I highly recommend that Papa Blick bottle washer that I did mention in the previous video. They actually ended up seeing that video and reached out to me to partner. So thank you so much to Papa Blick for sponsoring this portion of today's video, because you all already know that I am obsessed with this washer. First and foremost, this isn't just a bottle washer. It's a washer, sterilizer, and dryer all in one that can take bottles, pump parts, and even teething toys, depending on the phase that your family is in. Its design is compact, yet can hold up to 8 bottles, whereas some other brands on the market can hold up to 4. Instead of housing a dirty water tank, it comes with an easily attachable hose so that all the waste immediately gets released into the sink. That is one less thing to worry about or clean. The effectiveness of this machine leaves bottles completely dry without residue or water spots, which gives me a huge peace of mind, especially in the newborn phase. With this washer, you don't have to worry about cleaning bottles by hand, waiting for them to dry, or waiting for your dishwasher to be full to run your bottles. You just pop them in here and you can set it and forget it. The Papa Blick brand is recommended by leading medias such as Parents, The Bump, Baby Center, and more. Plus, this all-in-one washer is significantly cheaper than others on the market when you apply ongoing discounts. You can use this Amazon promo code at checkout through the link in my description for an additional 8% off. Now, continuing on in the eat category, a breastfeeding pillow. Even if you're just planning on trying breastfeeding, this saved my life. I used my breastfeeding pillow up until the day that I stopped breastfeeding. I personally love the Boppy. It's the only one that I tried and I ended up loving it. By the way, I have all of these specific products linked on my Amazon store, so they're easy to find if you are interested. Burp cloths. Everyone said to get like 4 packs of burp cloths. 2 packs were more than enough for us, and they have really fun colors. They were just the muslin burp cloths. Again, I will have the specific stuff that we used on my Amazon, but we got like an ombre pink one for her. They were so cute. A pump. That is something that I am happy that I had as soon as I came home, just in case we needed it, because our insurance ended up covering it 100%, and I wouldn't have wanted to wait to go through that process to get them to cover it if I needed it in a pinch, you know? I know a lot of different moms love the Spectra, which a lot of insurances do cover, but my personal favorite was the $25 manual pump that you can get on Amazon. It literally worked so well. I took 5 minutes per side to pump, and since I didn't end up exclusively pumping, that's the one that worked the best for me in a pinch. It was so good. Bottles. I ended up getting a variety pack off of Babylist. They have their own like branded variety pack that comes with Avent or whatever it is, Dr. Brown's, and a lot of other really loved bottles. It just came in a variety pack. pack. What I do regret is honing in on one specific bottle before she came here, because one, she didn't end up taking a bottle nearly at all, but also what if she ended up not liking those? Like, that's a thing. Babies will literally not like one bottle and take so much better to another one. So having that variety pack to kind of test out bottles, see if she likes this or she likes that, and then getting a few more of the one that she ends up taking too. That variety pack is really cool. I recommend one thing on formula to have on hand. I know a lot of people say that the doctor's offices give you formula if you need it, if you need to supplement with it, but getting to choose your own formula that you're comfortable with, that you feel good about, and having that on hand was just, it was a nice peace of mind to have it in the house already. Moving on to the next section, sleep. Some sort of bedside sleeping situation. That could be a bedside bassinet, that could be a pack and play, or that could even be their crib that you're putting in their nursery if it fits in your room. Our crib definitely would not have fit in our space, so we personally ended up going with a bassinet, but we went with a bassinet that was a lot bigger than the ones that I was seeing online, and she comfortably fit in it up to 6 months, which was perfect. I will leave it linked down below. It's usually out of stock though, so I will find something with very similar dimensions because we really liked ours. Swaddles. I registered for a couple different swaddles to kind of figure out which one we liked, and then the one that we ended up loving was the Halo Sleep Sack swaddle, and once we figured out that we loved that one, I ordered a couple more just to keep in the laundry rotation. And clothes. I put clothes in the sleeping situation for newborns because we literally only had her in sleepers. Like, the rumors are true. The rumors are true. They are in sleepers, I would say 90% of the time. But expecting moms, you guys know yourselves best. If you are so excited to put your newborn in really adorable little clothes, you're excited to put your newborn in adorable little clothes. You might as well lean into it. It's an exciting time. I personally should have looked at myself a little bit harder and realized that no, like, the convenience is really what I would be going for in the newborn phase. There was so much newborn clothes that we didn't end up using, but they made me really happy when I was nesting and preparing for her, so I can't say I regret it. The diaper changing station situation. There are a couple ways that people could go about this. I'll just share what ended up working best for us, what we ended up liking the best. We ended up having a solid station that was just in her nursery. It wasn't mobile. It was a diaper changing pad that went on top of her dresser. That is still where we change her diapers today. We love having a station for it. The pad we ended up going with, I believe, was by the brand Skip Hop. It's a, I would say, not a complete dupe for the Kikaroo, but it is a lot more affordable. It's wipeable. It's nice and cushy. It's fantastic. For throwing away diapers, we love our Ubi pail. We absolutely love it. The number one thing that made us go with the Ubi pail is that it could take regular trash bags. Like, you don't have to buy their branded bags, which you do have to buy for the Diaper Genie. I'm sure there's a way to finagle the Diaper Genie, but I remember the Litter Genie for our cats was similar. It just looked really clunky. It was actually really hard to use our own bags, so the Ubi pail is our absolute favorite. Use it every day to this day. But aside from the stationary changing station, I highly recommend for the newborn phase a diaper caddy, just a little basket that has handles that you can easily take around your house or your apartment. Because in the middle of the night, I didn't really love walking all the way to the nursery to change her and then feed her in a different location. Like, it just wasn't very convenient. So having that diaper caddy to change her when she woke up, feed her, and put her back to bed was just so clutch. And in the diaper caddy, I literally just had diapers, wipes, a foldable, wipeable, mini, just thinner changing pad, and diaper rash cream. That was really the only things that were necessary within the diaper caddy. Also, probably I had a burp cloth in there, which I highly recommend. Burp cloths, just scatter them throughout the house so that they're easy to grab whenever you need them. Next section is bathing. Some sort of tub to put in the sink or the bathtub to hold them while you bathe them. The one that we ended up loving, and I used it probably a little too long, like she definitely grew out of it before we switched over to the regular bath, was the $20 one that you can get on Amazon. Fantastic. And it's stored away now to use for our next babies. It's great. Some sort of shampoo slash body wash. We really liked the Honest Baby brand, some sort of lotion, and then I highly recommend Tubby Todd. We use Tubby Todd to this day. It's still the same. I should probably actually look at it now that I'm saying that out loud. I should look at the expiration on the tub that we have because we are using the same one that we had when she was born. It's so good. It's the Tubby Todd all over ointment, and anytime she had like a tiny little flare up of something or her skin was just a little dry or she had like chapped cheeks, Tubby Todd fix everything, and a towel. We actually ended up liking the little hooded towels that you can get for babies. It was really easy to put the hooded part on their head to keep them warm while you kind of dry their hair. But honestly, any towel will do. And then the play category is pretty small. I highly recommend some sort of play mat slash gym situation that you can like hang things on for them to stare up at. My absolute holy grail is the Lovevery one. It's definitely worth the hype. It's so good. And then on top of that, I would say like 2 to 3 little newborn toys, and those are most likely going to be like high contrast cars or a high contrast book or like a high contrast plushy little rattle that makes sounds but they can see it because it's black and white. You can really get stuff like that anywhere, but if you're going to get the Lovevery Gym, the Lovevery Newborn Play Kit, those were the 2 things that we used throughout the entire newborn phase, and I have them stored away for any next babes that might come along. So good together. The next item, and something that we used every single day, just somewhere to put them down around the house when you need to get yourself breakfast but they're not necessarily in their bassinet napping or not necessarily on you. This could be something like the Snuggle Me Organic. I know people love the DECOR. We personally ended up using our Baby Bjorn bouncer the absolute most. I would say if you have one place to put them down, like whether it's the Snuggle Me or the bouncer, you don't need the other. But if you're a mom that used both equally, that you consider both of them like pretty essential to your day, make sure to leave it in the comments. But I just ended up using one more so over the other. Next section is a travel section, and it feels weird saying that because I'm not talking about like actual plane travel or like going across the ocean to Europe or anything like that. Just general car travel, being out and about. You're definitely going to need a car seat for the car, and you're most likely going to want a stroller. And when I was an expecting mom myself, the options were incredibly overwhelming, just with, you know, seats that could click into a stroller, seats that didn't click out of the car at all to click into anything, the Doona that was an all-in-one, etc. And I would just say, before you look at any of those options, look at your own lifestyle yourself, because people are going to recommend very specific ones that work for them and like swear by them because they absolutely work for them and their lifestyle and their family. But just take a look at your own lifestyle, and if you are out and about a lot, and it might be nice to click something out and put it in a stroller to then stroll around. If you're not expecting to be out and about a lot, or that's just not the lifestyle that you lead, I would say that would help narrow down to the category of like what kind of system you're looking to do as far as that car seat stroller situation. I personally ended up getting a car seat that clicked out and clicked into a stroller. I got the Nuna something Pippa something or other car seat, and it could click into the UPPAbaby Vista V2 I believe we have, but I can probably count on literally one hand of how many times I actually used that system to like take it out of the car and put it in the stroller. It just was not our lifestyle during that time at all, but I know a ton of people that it was their lifestyle. So just look at yourself, and then that will really help guide you in this situation. I have diaper bag in air quotes because we didn't end up using a typical diaper bag. I personally just didn't love anything that I saw, and honestly, having like all of those compartments, it almost seemed harder to like get to an item that you need to in a way. And so I just ended up using a larger tote bag that we have at home and got little pouches that I could separate out items like diaper paste or diapers or wipes or whatever in the bag so that it's like semi-organized, but I can just easily rifle through, pick out the pouch I need and move on. And that's exactly what worked for us. But something that became absolutely essential in newborn phase, and we still literally only use this to this day primarily if we're going somewhere, it's just this portable thing that has a fold out diaper changing pad as well as a few pockets for wipes, diaper paste, etc. And it just folds up into one, and we just keep that thing in the car. It always has diapers, it always has wipes, it always has paste, and it's so easy to change her wherever we are. And then the diaper bag just became like extras that we needed, anything to feed her, anything to keep her entertained, some extra burp cloths, etc. And then the last section is health/pharmacy. But before I list anything that ended up being our essentials, always contact your doctor if you're wondering about something, if you're unsure about something, and specifically about dosages, because some of the medications will say like 24 months and above or something like that, but your doctor might have a safe dosage that they recommend for itty bitty babies. The number one for us that I'm so glad that we had on hand and we continue to have on hand is infant Tylenol, or another fever reliever. Gas drops. This helped her so much when we could tell that she was just really uncomfortable after a feeding, or her digestive system was figuring itself out. It just took the edge off a little bit, and we continuously bought those to have in our house. A nail file. You can absolutely go in and clip your baby's fingernails. It's 100% possible, but I personally am so glad that we had the electric one that everyone raves about. It's truly, it is worth the hype. It is a godsend. Some sort of nose sucker. We started out with an electric one, which worked fantastic, and it also plays like little music, and it has lights to like keep them preoccupied while you're sucking out their bugs. But at some point we ended up just switching to the regular bulb, which is so much cheaper, and it works probably even better than the electric sucker, and we use it to this day. And in line with the nose sucker, I can't recommend the Boogie, I think the brand is Boogie, saline wipes. You think that they're not different than the regular baby wipe. You think it's kind of a marketing point. No, these things, like if her nose was so caked up from just having a head cold, the way that these could clear up that crusted on, I'm sorry, this is like too much, but you know what I'm saying. The way they were so effective, okay? We always have those in the house. And then one last thing is the Boogie, like that same brand, their saline mist for whenever they have a stuffy nose. The holy grail for us for her stuffy nose is saline mist, followed by the bulb sucker, and then the saline wipes to wipe away any excess, and she is clear. She is a happy baby after that. To state the obvious, these were essentially all things for a newborn baby, but don't forget about yourself as you prepare to navigate postpartum, because you matter just as much. Don't forget that. You as a new postpartum mom matter equally. And my postpartum holy grails that I have narrowed down to my absolute favorites are also linked on my Amazon under the, I think it's just called like postpartum or something section. And if you have absolutely any questions on those things, or obviously anything that I mentioned in today's video, please leave it down below in the comments. And with that, my friends, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure to do so down below, because I upload videos similar to these every single week. My Instagram is also linked down below in case you want to stay up to date with more real-time updates. I love you all so much, and I will catch you in the next one, my friends. I'll see you later. Bye.